In September 2013, the government passed a new legislation to remove family holidays as a reason to take children out of school during term time. With fines only applicable to state and not private schools, it is unsurprising a recent study has revealed 69% of parents think this is unfair.
I don't think it's fair that private schools don't get the fine for taking their children out of school during term time when state schools now do.
I don't see why they should be any different in the scheme of things. The government is trying to cut down on truancy, and so why should their children be any different from state children?
I feel if they're paying for their education, then it's entirely up to them whether they resort in taking their children out during term time.
If we were to distinguish state and private schools, I think all that does do is amplify the issue, which is, creating a social difference between parents with kids at state schools versus private schools.
With the prices of flights increasing by up to 80% during state school summer holidays, it's unsurprising that 73% of parents think this is unfair. A spokesperson from the UK travel industry and mother of 2 children in state school, Louise Hodges, explains the knock-on effect this legislation has had.
Well, what's very clear from the survey that we conducted at Travelzoo is that parents across the UK feel very strongly about the fact that private school children are not subject to the same fines as children in the state system. There's absolutely no doubt that when you look at some of the press coverage and some of the sentiment we've picked up in our survey as well, and some of the statements coming out from the likes of Michael Gove, that we're reaching a scenario where the travel industry has been painted as the bad guy. The bulk of travel companies in the UK, certainly the smaller players, do not control the inventory, and they're at the mercy of a global industry. And when you consider that Thomas Cook, the giant of the UK travel industry, nearly went under 18 months ago, that will show you that actually the travel industry is very vulnerable, and that is why it's absolutely essential that the government consults with the travel industry when making these kind of major changes that affect the family market.
In order to avoid peak time prices for holidays, many parents are risking fines by taking their children out of school. Half admitting that they have taken their children out during term time, and a further half said that they would do so in the future.
I've just applied to take them out of school next year for a week, and that's come back as unauthorised, and I was a little bit worried that I might be fined for that.
I would definitely take my child out of school if I thought I had an opportunity to take them, which would educate them at the same time. I would take them away, but I would not compromise their schooling. It's not something I would take lightly.